this is crazy.
Yeah.
This guy's 40 years old and still can crack and still as fast as lightning.
Still got speed that kind of compares to the average or above average speed that's out there today.
Joe Rogan reacted to Manny Pacquiao's latest training footage at 46, calling it unbelievable. He said it's wild how, even nearing 50, Pacquiao still hits with power and moves like someone much younger. His speed, strength, and precision are still there, and he looks amazing in the ring.
He's still not normal, but he's still like a professional heavyweight boxer. He's still terrifying.
Joe Rogan says Manny Pacquiao is in a league of his own. He doesn't need trash talk or hype. He lets his performance do the talking. Even at 46, his discipline, speed, and power stand out. Pacquiao stays focused, humble, and dangerous, proving he's still a serious threat in the ring.
He's an interesting guy, man, because he's so friendly.
Right.
You know, like even like when people are trash talking, he's like smiling, and then he gets in that ring.
Kick your ass later.
Different fucking dude.
Right.
Once he steps through that ropes, like this is a whole different set of rules he's flying with.
Like, Keith Thurman talking about you gonna crucify him and stuff like that, and he just
don't say that. Yeah.
And got crucified.
Yeah, but he's super
I wish you the best
too.
Good luck in that fight.
Recent training footage of Pacquiao has sparked fresh conversation. A short clip shows him hitting pads with sharp focus and surprising speed. His punches come in quick bursts, and his footwork still shows signs of the slick movement that once gave top fighters major problems. Even at 46, there's energy in his rhythm, a clear reminder of the explosive style that made him a legend in the sport. Joe Rogan has often shown strong admiration for Manny Pacquiao's incredible boxing career, especially his unmatched achievement of winning world titles in 8 different weight classes. Rogan pointed out how rare and impressive that really is. He's amazed not just by the number of titles, but also by Pacquiao's speed and agility, particularly for someone his size. Rogan once compared Pacquiao's legs to tanks, highlighting the power and stamina they give him. This mix of speed and strength made Pacquiao a one-of-a-kind fighter who could dominate opponents in multiple divisions.
Greatest boxer maybe in my generation, Manny Pacquiao, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Destroyer.
Manny Pacquiao. He
Fucking just
won
a
world
destroyer.
titles in 8 different weight classes. Who the fuck does that?
And the way he did it, like
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Cotto. I love this school, and the way that he beat Cotto, I didn't think nobody could ever do that to me. And it was just like, bro, what the fuck?
Well, his legs, Manny's legs are like tree trunks.
Yeah, and the
It's
hand
crazy.
speed, the power,
speed, everything.
I just always wish that the Mayweather Pacquiao fight would have took place many years before than when it did. You know.
Well, it also took place when Manny went into the fight with a fucked up shoulder. I mean, he knew his shoulder was fucked before that fight and just wanted that money and just let's see what happens.
Rogan has also shared his thoughts on how incredible a Pacquiao versus Mayweather fight could have been if it happened earlier in their primes. He believes it would have taken over social media, shattered records, and drawn millions of viewers around the world. His remarks show deep respect for Pacquiao's talent and highlight the scale of his impact. To Rogan, Pacquiao is more than a boxing legend. He's a global icon whose influence reaches far beyond the sport.
Some great fights never take place, or they take place too late, like Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. They fought too late. I mean, if that fight could have been arranged by Riyadh Season, they probably would have caught them both in their prime, and it would have been chaos.
Yeah, Manny was done before that. It was
and he also had a blown shoulder going into the fight.
Yeah.
He needed shoulder surgery before the fight even started.
Combat analyst Ryan Campbell offers a thoughtful take on Pacquiao's return to the ring at 46. He highlights the real challenge of going up against a younger, stronger opponent like Mario Barrios, but draws comparisons to George Foreman's legendary comeback. Campbell notes that in boxing, age isn't always the deciding factor. History has shown that veteran fighters can still deliver one final, unforgettable performance when it matters most.
Only 8-division world champion. He'll be inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame next month. And then in July, BC, he's going to come out of retirement. Why now?
By the way, between those two dates, I believe he has an election coming up for a Senate position in the Philippines. So we always know that Manny is a busy man. He gets after it. He also dares to be great. And this is wild news. Look, in the boxing underground rumor mill, this had been floating around for a couple months. We just didn't know if it was going to be for real. Was Manny really going to commit to not just coming back after 4 years away, after just one fight in the last 6 years, at age 46, but to come back directly into a title fight against a young, in his prime, active champion in Mario Barrios? It's interesting theater, to say the least. It's a pay-per-view main event, reportedly for July 19th. And we know Manny Pacquiao has always brought big business, but now he's going to bring it in more of the late career George Foreman type of way to etch himself into that record book even further. Can Manny do it? I mean, look, the odds are certainly against him. But there's one thing about certain legends in this game. Think Bernard Hopkins, who fought into a very late age. Some of them, as long as they can physically get themselves into that ring, sometimes they can reproduce magic for one night. So it's a romantic situation. I got cats walking around. Yep. People are excited to see the PacMan back. You just got to kind of figure out, is this for real? Is he going to be for real? Or are we going to send him into a physical, violent...
Campbell also took a close look at Pacquiao's physical condition today. While it's clear he's past his prime, Campbell points out that Pacquiao still has enough speed to compete with many average fighters. Though he may not be as explosive as before, his quick hands and solid footwork still give him an edge over less experienced welterweights. The boxing world is split on what to expect from his return. Some fans are hopeful, believing his instincts and ring IQ are still sharp enough for a solid showing. Others look back at his last fight 5 years ago, which lacked the dominance he was once known for. This mix of optimism and doubt reflects the uncertainty around his comeback, as people try to balance their respect for his legacy with a realistic view of where he stands now.
Manny Pacquiao against Mario Barrios fight is signed, done for July of 2025. Pacquiao is 46 years old. We haven't seen him in the ring in years. Are you cool with Pacquiao against Mario Barrios?
If I was cool with Manny Pacquiao coming back and fighting Keith Thurman, I'm definitely going to be cool with this one. Barrios is not a puncher. Thurman was one of the biggest punchers in boxing. I think he's going to be just fine.
If Pacquiao wants to come back as a Hall of Famer and fight one more time, whatever. He didn't look good against Yordenis Ugas, and that was 5 years ago. We've seen him in these exhibitions looking fleshy, to say the least. It's meaningless because if Barrios wins, he's never going to fight a Boots Ennis. If Pacquiao wins, he's not going to fight anybody ever again. So I'm kind of indifferent to the whole thing.
There's growing speculation that the fight with Mario Barrios is just the beginning of a bigger comeback plan for Pacquiao. Rumors suggest that a win over Barrios could open the door to a huge matchup with Gervonta Tank Davis. Some believe Barrios was carefully chosen as a winnable opponent, giving Pacquiao a chance to build momentum and generate buzz for a bigger, more profitable fight. This kind of strategic matchmaking is common in boxing comebacks, where early fights help test a returning legend's form and draw power.
So basically, your interpretation is that the boxing public is upset because they believe Pacquiao's going to beat Barrios, which is going to lead to a Tank Pacquiao fight?
Yes, look around. Look in the Discord. That's what everybody, Pac and Tank, that's being set up.
Oh,
Tank
so,
and Pac.
okay, so they saying Barrios is the setup for Tank and Pac. I didn't see that, but your argument makes sense. If he beats Barrios, there's nothing wrong with him fighting Tank. But the issue is he don't deserve the Barrios fight off of 3 years off and a loss to Ugas.
Next, Crimea River, man. That's what boxing is. But longer deserve a Canelo fight.
Gervonta Tank Davis has a 6 to 7 fight deal with the PBC and Amazon for $200 million. That's like $30 million a fight. All right. He also has a fight date for November. El Rayo team has said they're not fighting this year. So he's not the guy. So the question is, who is the guy who is willing to fight Tank by November and could build the fight into a fight worth $30 million? Y'all must be out y'all minds if y'all think that Manny Pacquiao versus Gervonta Tank Davis isn't a huge fight. That'll probably be his biggest fight ever. Y'all know that's a big fight because the boxing fan today, they know Tyson, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez.
One of the most powerful parts of Pacquiao's comeback is his pursuit of the WBC welterweight title, the same title that marked his first world championship early in his career. This full-circle moment adds emotional weight to his return, turning it into more than just another fight. It's a personal mission to reclaim the belt that helped launch his rise to global stardom.
Boxing Doctor News told onto your gloves, boxing fans, the rumors are true. Manny Pacquiao is stepping back into the ring. At 46 years old, the Filipino legend is taking on WBC welterweight champ Mario Barrios this July. But here's the kicker. Pacquiao's first world title was as a flyweight, and now he wants to retire as the WBC welterweight champ. Talk about a career comeback, but can the PacMan turn back time? He hasn't been in top form lately, while Barrios is coming off a tough draw. Will Pacquiao's experience triumph over youth, or is this one fight too far? Either way, July is shaping up to be an explosive month for boxing. Pacquiao's rolling the dice one last time. Will he make history as the oldest welterweight champ ever? You get ready for a showdown that'll have you on the edge of your seat.
Despite his age and time away, many experts and fans believe Pacquiao still has what it takes to beat Barrios. His legendary career, filled with wins over some of boxing's biggest names, shows he's still a tough opponent. A victory in this fight would not only add to his legacy, but also quiet those who doubt if he can still compete at the highest level.
Want Manny Pacquiao to do something, any fighter to do incredible stuff, I will bet that Manny Pacquiao will be the guy. And that's why he's one of the GOATs of the sport of boxing, or probably the GOAT, arguably. All right? Manny Pacquiao could beat Mario Barrios. Now, Mario Barrios is good. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to, devalue Mario Barrios, but Manny Pacquiao is just a special fighter, special human being, a freak of nature. All right? I do, and like I said in the beginning, if these guys could do it, I believe that Manny Pacquiao could do it. He lives a wholesome life. He lives a sober life. He doesn't party around and stuff like that unless he's with the wife. He's a family man. He's a God-fearing man. And look, just like George Foreman was a God-fearing man who was living a clean life and stuff like that.
Mario Barrios is definitely a strong fighter. I'm not trying to downplay him. But Manny Pacquiao is something else entirely. He's a special athlete, almost a natural wonder. Like I said earlier, if anyone can pull it off, it's Pacquiao. He lives a clean, disciplined life, no partying, focused on family, and guided by his faith. Just like George Foreman, he stays true to a healthy lifestyle. Barrios and his team are taking this fight very seriously. Barrios' coach has said they're preparing like Pacquiao is still in his prime, showing the respect they have for the legendary Filipino boxer. Barrios himself thrives on tough challenges and never backs down. So this fight will be a big test for both fighters. That mindset means Barrios will be ready and motivated for whatever Pacquiao brings to the ring.
They presented us, with this opportunity, and he said, you know what, I'll bite down for it one more time. And then from there, obviously we had a tough loss, but it was a competitive fight. And his first fight at 147 pounds, he goes on and takes on Keith Thurman. No tune-ups, no getting used to the thing. Goes at that point is about as good as you can get in the division, and took on that. So he takes on all comers, all challenges. His first world title against Petirov, the Russian, is about as tough as you could have done at the time. And so I think he's earned the right now to be in the biggest, best possible fights. And now it's going to be up to Al Heyman and Louis DeCubas Jr. on what they see is best and fit for his career, whether that's Pacquiao, Spence, if that's a unification with Boots Ennis. That'll be up to them. But I do know one thing about Mario Barrios.
Pacquiao's advisor Sean Gibbons shared that choosing to fight Barrios was both deliberate and meaningful. Since Barrios holds the WBC title, the fight connects directly to Pacquiao's historic ties with that organization. Gibbons explained that winning back the WBC belt would create a powerful full-circle moment in Pacquiao's career, making this fight more than just another match. It's a final chapter in one of boxing's greatest stories.
We have Sean Gibbons here, Manny Pacquiao's right-hand man, advisor, head of MP Promotions. Sean, I know you spent a lot of time with Manny Pacquiao over recent weeks and months. There's a lot of conversations about Manny's comeback. What is the latest that you could offer, and the update around the potential matchup with Mario Barrios?
Well, the latest is Manny's fighting an exhibition on 28 in Japan. So, you don't want to really look past that. But if he's successful there, Mario Barrios. We've talked about Conor Ben, which I believe was a great fight. That would have been a tremendous fight. We could have done it in England. We could have done it in the U.S. We could have done it in Riyadh season. But the fact that he wasn't able to come off the suspension, that put the brakes on that. So that brought us to Mario Barrios. He's the WBC World Champion. Manny's first belt ever many years ago was a WBC belt. So I think it would have been a great story and a very winnable fight for Manny.
Manny Pacquiao's career achievements are truly one of a kind. He's won 12 major world titles and held lineal championships in 4 different weight classes, from flyweight all the way to super lightweight. Remarkably, Pacquiao is the only boxer to win world titles across 4 decades, showing a level of longevity few have matched. His 25 pay-per-view fights have brought in over $1.22 billion, proving just how popular and influential he has been throughout his career.
Philippine boxing legend Manny Pacquiao leads ESPN's list of top 25 Asian athletes of the 21st century. The 8th Division World Boxing Champ bested the likes of Chinese basketball icon Yao Ming and Japanese baseball superstar Ichiro Suzuki, who finished 2nd and 3rd respectively. Completing the top 5 are Korean football star Song Hong-min and Japanese-American Naomi Osaka. Also making the list, the Philippines' first ever Olympic gold medal winner, weightlifter Heidelin Diaz, and the PBA's 7-time PBA MVP, Junmar Fajardo.
The office of the Vice President confirms Sara Duterte is abroad on a
In 2021, Pacquiao announced his retirement from boxing to focus on his political career in the Philippines. He ran for president in 2022, but didn't win. Despite this setback, he stayed active in public life as a senator and devoted himself to charity work. His retirement marked the end of an era in boxing, but didn't lessen his impact beyond the ring. When Pacquiao announced he was coming back to boxing after years away, it surprised fans and experts alike, sparking excitement and curiosity across the sports world.
2015, if you remember that one. Pacquiao is now planning to run for president in his native Philippines this upcoming May. But Shannon, how will you remember Manny as a boxer?
Historically great fighter.
Good for you.
The only fighter to win 8 world titles. I mean, started out boxing, he was 106 pounds, won a title at, I think, 112, and went all the way up to
108 first.
Went all the way up to 154.
It's impossible. It's just...
I don't believe, I feel very comfortable and said I don't believe we'll ever see that again, Skip.
We'll never see it again.
And it wasn't like he was fighting bums. When you go back and look at Marco Antonio Barrera and Eric Morales and Oscar Larios and De La Hoya and Hatton and Cotto, Margarita, Mosley, Timothy Bradley, Mayweather, Skip. I mean, what do you got to say? He was a champion in 4 different decades.
Yep.
Fighter of the year. First ballot Hall of Fame. He's great. He fought everybody. Whenever.
WBC President Mauricio Sulman confirmed that all approvals are in place for Pacquiao to fight for the welterweight title again. However, not everyone is excited about his return. Some critics say fighting at 46 is risky and wonder if Pacquiao's motivation is about legacy or just money. Many compare his comeback to Floyd Mayweather's recent exhibition fights, with some saying it feels more like a show than a serious competition. This situation highlights a bigger debate about aging champions coming back and the balance between honoring a legacy and risking one's reputation.
WBC President Mauricio Sullivan has said Mario Barrios will face Manny Pacquiao this July. That's some crazy shit, bro. That's some crazy news. Manny Pacquiao is 46 years of age. He's making his return to the ring. And he said he wants to go out with a bang. He wants to finish his career as a champion. That's some crazy shit. Manny Pacquiao's professional record currently stands at 62 wins, 39 of those coming via knockout, 8 losses and 2 draws. Manny Pacquiao has one of the most impressive CVs in the sport of boxing. Just take a look at from 09 Ricky Hatton all the way up until here. There's so many names: Timothy Bradley, Manuel Marquez, Shane Mosley, Joshua Cloteley, Miguel Cotto, Floyd Mayweather, Jesse Vargas. Like, there's so many names on this list. You know what I'm saying? let's take a look at Mario Barrios' record. 29 wins, 18 of those coming via knockout, 2 losses and 1 draw on his resume. What do I make of this fight? I don't know, you know. I mean, listen, this is a young man's sport. I ask myself, Manny Pacquiao, why do you want to come back and fight a younger fighter? You know what I mean? Mario Barrios, who is the current champion, the WBC champion. Why? What have you got to prove? You've proven everything throughout your career. So I don't know what to say. But anyways, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. And watch a clip of the president of WBC, Mauricio Suleiman, talk about this.
As of now, Mario Barrios is the WBC champion. So who is he mandated to fight next? Do you have made that decision yet?
Well, at this time, Mario Barrios is going to fight Manny Pacquiao in July. He wants to retire as WBC champion, so he's fighting in the welterweight division.
Why does he come out of retirement and get a WBC title shot in his first fight?
Because it's something that WBC has respected. Sugar Ray Leonard was retired 4 years when he requested to fight Marvin Hagler and defeated Hagler. So we do have that provision in the rules. A legendary champion with the credentials such as Manny Pacquiao. He has been medically cleared, licensed by Nevada, so we have voted in favor to allow that fight to happen.
Roach seems worried after seeing Gervonta Davis's intense